about something that's a little bit more important, and that is, oh boy, Kev, news about Cody Rhodes, news about Christian, and news about Randy Orton, and somebody
Cody
else.
Rhodes came out of the closet. That does not surprise me at all.
No, he didn't come out of the closet, not yet. Not yet. But
why don't you just go with it? What do you have to ruin it for? That would have been awesome.
you think Cody Rhodes, like when he has sex with his, I don't know if he's married, but you think he like dons the gold dust outfit and like nails her while he's wearing the gold dust outfit?
I have a feeling he's a fruity guy.
I have a feeling they are freaky.
I have a feeling he's the new Pat Patterson. That's just my opinion.
I don't think Cody Rhodes is gay.
I just have a feeling.
We don't ever hear him dating.
You said John Travolta wasn't gay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, yeah, the John Travolta stuff gets me sick. He's going to play Gotti. He actually was in my fucking neighborhood. He was 3 blocks from my house filming Gotti segments, that flamer. And I have nothing against flamers, but at least be honest about it. I mean, be proud. If you're going to be bisexual, at least be proud about it. You know, don't
be honest. For God's sake.
Yeah, be honest about it. Well, anyway, here's the deal. The big story going around. Randy Orton has been suspended by WWE for 60 days for his second violation of the wellness policy.
Oh, boy.
And website, very reliable, Super Luchas. Not a bullshit website, a very reliable website, was the first one to report that Randy Orton was suspended for taking, I think it's Danabol. Danabol, which is a steroid. Yeah. It's banned by U.S. Congress. And he also was caught with marijuana. Marijuana is only, excuse me, only a $2,500 fine, but Randy Orton also did steroids. So
that doesn't surprise me.
No? Well, here's the thing also. They also reported that Cody Rhodes tested positive for a banned substance as well.
What, men's semen? How much is the fine for men's semen?
You're making me cough too much.
Sorry.
If I choke on ice, I don't want anybody to think it's semen. But no, he tested positive for a banned substance also. They didn't say what it was, but he had a valid prescription from a doctor. In addition to all of this, there is another wrestler that WWE drug tested, and then this unnamed wrestler also tested positive for a banned substance. And right now, WWE has not suspended this person yet because this person claims that he's going to be able to provide a prescription.
Christian?
Prescription. No, it's not Christian. But the thing is that here's where Christian comes into play with Cody Rhodes. The day before he wrestled Christian and Over the Limit and lost the IC title, Cody Rhodes wrote on Twitter that he was going to be taking time off. So he said he was taking time off, and then he magically appeared at the SmackDown tapings.
Time off from what? Mediocrity?
No, he would. Well, here's the thing: he dropped the belt to Christian. Then he wrote on Twitter
they had
that
to do that.
Well, he wrote on Twitter he was taking time off. What?
Go ahead.
No, he dropped the belt to Christian. Then he wrote on Twitter he was taking time off, and then he showed up at the SmackDown tapings the following day. It ends up that when WWE had Cody Rhodes drop the title to Christian, WWE at that time suspended Cody Rhodes. So they took the title off him. Now
they always do that.
Right, but Cody Rhodes ended up producing a prescription. So they're not suspending him. And from what I understand, Cody Rhodes may not have had a valid prescription at the time, but got a doctor to write it up and back to him.
What does this have to do with Christian?
Well, the thing is that on WWE now, which nobody's talking about, there's a little article up there talking about Christian. Basically questioning, is Christian really, like for the fans, and is he really, is his motives, for a different reason? Is he really...
being a baby face, you mean?
What?
Being a baby face?
Yeah, they're saying, like, is he all smiles?
Or talking like it's serious. It's a work.
I understand that, but the reason why I'm bringing up Christian is that now, because Cody Rhodes is not suspended, WWE is now fucking with Christian's title reign. And something tells me that belt may be coming off of Christian very, very soon as a result.
Christian's at the tail end of his career. He knows that. I mean, Christian planned on retiring in the next year, just like his buddy Edge. So, not a big deal. I don't think Christian cares.
Yeah, I know, but still, I mean, it's just fucked up. He gets the belt, and then, now because Cody Rhodes is not... Now, I'm not saying Cody Rhodes is going to regain it, but I just have a feeling, they're now tweaking Christian because Cody Rhodes is not being suspended, which I think is kind of fucked up.
Speaking of Christian.
Well, the word going around today, and it's going to be all over the websites tomorrow, is that a lot of officials within WWE are really pushing for Randy Orton to be fired. Because, some people think that a second violation means mandatory rehab. I actually looked at the entire wellness policy earlier, and it didn't say anything on there that it's mandatory rehab for a second violation.
So I thought he was cleaning up his act.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Shame.
Vince McMahon's irate because Vince thought he cleaned up his act. He's been good for the last couple of years, and apparently he's
That's
been
why
cycling.
they're not putting belts on him.
Yeah, they've been putting belts on him. Not only that, they have to, Randy Orton was probably the number 2 babyface of the company.
Randy Orton is a great wrestler. He's a superstar. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world, but he's one of those guys who's just so self-destructive. And you can just tell. He's like, you love baseball, football, like a great player who eventually gets cut. And then, is a journeyman, and you're like, oh, I remember when this guy was awesome. And he's going to wind up like that. Forget TNA, and I hate when people even bring stupid shit. We'll go to TNA. Yeah, Randy Orton, who's making $1 million a year, is going to go to TNA where they can't even pay him $100,000 a year. It's a shame, and it's just self-destructive behavior. Obviously, his father has no influence on him at all. Because, Bob was never suspended a day in his life back in the day. I mean, they didn't have the policies, but the guy made, the guy was always working. He was constantly, in it. And Randy has that personality. It's so strange to try and figure out. Like I said, they tried to make him more human, and they did. And he seemed a little more likable on his DVD, which I enjoyed it. And, the family thing, obviously they're pushing that this guy's, very different than when he was like 10 years before, where he was a troublemaker and always in trouble in the back and rubbing people the wrong way and pissing off the divas. Now it's just he's probably being, now maybe he's not bothering anybody in the locker room like he was in his 20s, but now in his 30s he's acting very self-destructive, and I don't understand, why he's doing that. I just, you can tell there's something off with him, and it's not just his character.
Yeah, it's true.
He's going to be one of those guys, I'm telling you, from years from now, we'll name him as one of the best wrestlers who really never got to that level, and Randy Orton will come to everybody's mind.
Well, you can't say never got to the level. He did, but didn't maintain the level.
He's never going to get to legendary status.
Yeah, he didn't maintain the level.
He's never going to get to John Cena status. He's not, come on, CM Punk has surpassed him already.
He'll be like the Darryl Strawberry of wrestling.
Dude, he's falling down further and further. He was the number 2 babyface. Now he's behind CM Punk and Sheamus. And once again, I don't think anybody can argue with that. Mm-hmm. Sheamus and CM Punk are far, and of course they're the champions, but they're far more in the spotlight. They have been. Randy Orton's sliding further and further down, and it's a shame. He's a great wrestler. It's hard to, and once again, you can't dispute that. He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have charisma? Everyone's gonna say, he's stale as fucking 2-day-old toast. Yeah. His father never had charisma either. Bob and Bob Senior didn't have much either. Sometimes you're too much like your dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like, to me, Barry Windham doesn't have Blackjack Mulligan's charisma. And believe me, I saw it in droves today when I was watching the Hall of Fame ceremony. Yeah. And I know Barry suffered a heart attack, but Barry cannot talk for shit.
Yeah.
But Blackjack can talk. Sometimes it's like Dusty Rhodes. Dusty is so good on a promo. Goldust so good, and Cody can't talk.
Cody, I think is improved.
I don't think so. The bag thing was funny. The bag gimmick. This Cody Rhodes, nah.
Yeah, well,
bullshit.
He's better than what he was. I mean, he still has to improve.
Nothing special.
Well, the thing is, which is even more fucked up, is that if WWE decides to release Randy Orton now, even if this is what's fucked up, even if they hire Randy Orton in the future, when they bring him back, he will be brought back with the 2 strikes already against him. They don't reset it.
He'll be fired eventually.
What?
He'll be fired.
Well, in a way, you would think probably the better thing to happen is him to fail a third time. Because if he fails a third time, he's gone for a year, and I think when he comes back, they start off fresh.
Also, you got to remember, this is the same company who, I don't care what he said, they let Kurt Angle go. He didn't quit anything. They just didn't want him anymore. It's a big difference. They came to a conclusion, you don't want to be here, we don't want you. It's different than, I left that for TNA. Jeff Hardy threw another one. And Randy Orton, if they see the writing on the wall, there's going to be issues for the company. They don't want to see anybody die in their watch, a la Umaga and people like that who they let go, Lance Cade. Yeah. Randy Orton's a bigger star than all those guys, Kennedy, all those guys, but they see the writing on the wall, they're not going to have another tragedy on their hands. I don't know. I mean, granted, Randy Orton's not, we don't hear anything about cocaine or anything like that.
Yeah, but steroids still fuck
But you can tell there's something off about him. And like I said, it's not just his character.
Yeah. It's true.
And then it's too bad.
And remember,
they put everything into that guy. And once again, if he does get fired, the few idiots who will bitch WWE stupid, or no, they're not, because they gave him every chance in the world, and they gave him the ball to run with the ball many, many times.
Yeah,
just like they did in Billy Gunn, who finally admitted it in the shoot interview. They gave him chance after chance. He was wrong to say in previous interviews that he was treated unfairly. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's usually what addicts and fuck-ups say all the time anyway.
It's true. And remember, the reason why Umaga was fired, God rest his soul, is because he refused to go to rehab. And then sure enough,
and look what they were right. WWE, I think after a while got tired of the body count. And if you notice, it hasn't happened in quite a few years now. Other people have passed, but not on WWE's watch. Mm-hmm. And TNA's just lucky that no one's died. Yeah. They're just lucky. But Randy Orton, like I said, is a superstar. He's not. No offense, he's to Umaga, Lance Cade, all these other guys. Test. Randy is a notch above. It's a major loss if they lose him, but wouldn't shock me if they fired him. If they were ahead of the fucking dirt sheets next week, Randy Orton fired or about to be fired, would not shock me.
Yeah,
wouldn't shock me. They're going to be like, enough's enough. We have a lot of guys here. We got CM Punk. We got Daniel Bryan. We got a lot going on here. If Randy is going to be a fucking pain in the ass, let him go. Yeah. WWE's not fucking around anymore.
It's a shame because even if they do decide to keep him, and the words go around that he's really cleaning up his act, you really in the back of your mind will never be 100% sure. Because look, for all the last couple of years, and that DVD came out, we were convinced that this guy totally turned his life around.
I have to admit, I was. Last year at this time when I first saw that, I was.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Was. And speaking of that, I really like to get into the Edge DVD.
Go ahead, sure.
Loved it. The story of Edge, the documentary.